Hello, good morning all. Today in this video we are going to discuss regarding how to create a module in Odoo version 15. So currently in the screen you are seeing Odoo version 15 community edition which I have already configured with Pycharm. And today we will be seeing about how to create a custom module in Odoo from scratch. So we already have configured the Odoo 15 with Pycharm. So yet if you haven't configured the development environment, you can check the configuration video of Pycharm and you can set up this development environment. And in this video series, we'll be covering all the basics of Odoo 15 development. So in the initial video, we'll be showing about how to create just a module, and in the following videos, we'll be showing how to add menus, how to add views, how to control states, reporting, everything will be showing in the Odoo 15 development tutorials playlist. So you can watch one by one video in the following order. So first in the video we'll be creating a first module in Odoo 15. So I'll go to my Pycharm. So here this is my Pycharm community edition, and here you can see I have created a folder called custom add-ons and it's empty, and I have already called this inside the configuration file. So this is my Odoo configuration file, and you can see I have imported this folder in add-ons path. So we will be creating our first module inside custom add-ons folder. So what I'll do, I'll right click over here and you can see I'll create a new directory. So we are going to create a new directory, that is a module. So I'll just, this is the basic structure. A module will be a folder containing a number of different files. So we are going to create a module. So as in the previous tutorials, like in Odoo 14 tutorials, Odoo 13 and Odoo 12, we will be going with the same module name, that is OM Hospital. So I'm going to create a module that adds the functionality of a hospital management into Odoo. So I'll name it as OM Hospital. So this is the main thing that you have to take care. Once you give the name for the module, it should stands with the subject. Suppose if you are going to create a real estate module, give like OM real estate or OM sales, OM purchase. That then once we see the name itself, we should have or we should get the understanding about the what does this module contains. So right now I have named it as OM Hospital. Click on OK. So you can see a folder named OM Hospital get created inside the custom add-ons. So simply we have created a folder. It doesn't have any files now. So first thing that you have to notice, when you give the name for the module, later this name will be called as technical name of your module. So it should give us idea what does this module contain. So I have given OM Hospital. Then what we have to do, we have to create a two files, that is init file and manifest file. These are the basic file, very basic file that you will be seeing in almost all the, that is not almost, you will be seeing in all the Odoo modules. So if you go to Odoo folder, so this is my Odoo 15 source code. So if you go to Odoo source code, inside add-ons you can see a lot of modules like account, sales, everything, all the Odoo modules will be inside this. So if I open this folder, same as we have created, this is the folder of account module, you will see two files called manifest and init. So what you have to do next, you have to create a manifest file for your module. So this is the folder you created. You can right click new and you can add a new file called manifest file. You can put two underscore, then followed by type manifest, again two underscore dot py. So this is the syntax of the manifest file in Odoo, that is it has to be two underscore. Make sure that you put two underscore, not single, it has to be two underscore one, then two underscore manifest two underscore dot py, manifest dot py. Similarly you have to create one more file, that is init file, two underscore init, type init, again two underscore dot py. So these are the two basic file that you will be seeing in all the Odoo modules, init file and the manifest file. So I'll keep the init file empty for now. So the init file for now, we will be working with the manifest file. So we'll be working with the manifest file. So before doing further coding, if you go to the UI, So if I go to the Odoo 15, you can see right now we have around 454 add-ons inside Odoo 15. And if you open this, so this is the sales module of Odoo. If I click on module info, and there is nothing to see, so what I'll do, I'll just install the sales module in my database. So it was an empty database without installing any modules, so I'll just install the sales module in this database. So let's wait to, like, I need to show you something like what we are going to do first. So we will be simply installing a sales module in the database. So let it get installed there. And if you go to Odoo code, so this, I have told this is Odoo source code, and if you scroll down you can see a folder called sale, LM, like in the alphabetic order. You can see this is the sales module, and if you open the manifest file of the sales module, you can see some details: name, its version, category, summary, everything you can see over here. So if I come back to here, you can see the module has been successfully installed. If I come to the apps and if I search again for the sale, so before that I'll activate the debug mode. So as we are developers, try to keep the debug mode activated always in your database for accessing the debug functionalities. So you can see once you activated the debug mode, so this is the debug mode. From, we can activate the debug mode from here. You can see we will be having a debugger button available, etc. So just try to activate the debug mode first. Then if you go to apps menu, and if you search for sale, you can see this is sales, but you can see its technical name is sale management. I need the sale. So if you scroll down, you can see sales, and this is the technical name of the module, just the second one. So if I click on module info, you will see the modules page, apps page. So this is the apps page which contains the data coming from the manifest file. So what I'll do, I'll just copy the data of sales module. So this is the manifest file of sales module. Simply I'll control A. I'll copy the entire thing, control C, and what I'll do, I'll put it inside the manifest file of OM hospital. I'll paste it here. Then I'll remove some unnecessary things. Let me remove things and I'll keep it simple as possible so it will be easy for you to understand. Let me arrange this. I'll remove all the things. Let me make it empty. I'll remove things. Assets I'll remove. So I have removed everything and just kept only a basic thing. So this is the manifest file that we have created, and what I have done is I have copied a sample from the sales module of Odoo and I have put it here. Then we have to give a name here. So as we are going to create a hospital management software, I'll name it as hospital management, and you have to specify the version. So once you specify the version, put it like 1.0.0. So you can use three variables, that is 1.0.0. Once there is a major version change, you can put 2 the later updates. So when we are initial release, so we are going to create an initial release, so we are putting the version number as 1.0. If you put anything, like even if you kept empty, it's not a problem. So you can give the name first, hospital management. I'll give the category empty, and all the things I'll keep it as empty, and I'll keep the init file also empty. Simply we have created a manifest file, added a 15 lines of code. Mainly I have given the name. If you remove this, even if you remove this, only put name, just restart the service. So from Pycharm we can restart the service from here. And if you come to the Odoo, and once you add a new module, right now we have created a new module, to get it updated in the app list, you have to click on update app list, click on update, and if you search for hospital over here, hospital, you can see the newly created module is getting appearing over the apps list. So this is the module that we have created, hospital management. So if you have any doubts, you can change a name here, hospital management test. I'll put hospital management test. I'll restart the service, and if I come back here, click on update app list, update, and if you module info, you can see hospital management test. So you can see the change is reflected over here. That means it is coming from here. So this is how you can create a very basic module. A basic module is just a folder. The folder name is called as technical name. So if you come to here, click on module info, you can see technical name is OM hospital. So just give the technical name correctly, then you can kept the init file as empty. This init file we will be using for later importing of further Python files. So we are not going to add any Python files at the moment, so we will keep it as empty. And in manifest file, I have just a minimal key, that is name. I have just given the name for the module, that is a dictionary. Inside the dictionary, you can put name as key and its value is hospital management. Now I will remove the text. And if you come back here, let me take some samples, version, summary, description, and you can put as next key for the dictionary. I'll give the version number as. Right now, if you check here, you can see website is empty, category uncategorized. We haven't specified the category. Summary is empty, and you can see latest version. Default, it will be coming like that. And default license for any module is LGPL version, technical data. So we will be adding this thing. Version I'll put as 1.0.0, 1.0.0. Category I'll put as hospital management. Category I'll put as hospital. And summary. In summary, you can enter anything, just a description for your module. Hospital management system. I'll give summary as hospital management system, and I'll give the same description. So if you need to have different description and summary, you can write that, no problem. But for now, I'll keep summary and description same. And in the depends, right now I'll keep it as empty. Right now our module is a standalone module, it is not depending any other modules. So you have to specify depends when, so what I can say, if your module is depending on some another module, we have to specify it here. Right now we are not depending any module, so you can keep it empty. And I'll explain the depends when we inherit some another modules into our module in the later part of this Odoo 15 development tutorials. So depends I'll keep empty, and data I'll write like this. So the data tag in the manifest will be used to import XML files. So I told we will be importing the Python files inside the init file, and all the XML files will be loaded into the database using data in the manifest file. So if you check this sample of sales module, you can see what's done inside data. We are importing all the XML files to the database. So the data tag in the manifest will be used to import the XML files. So that's done. Now I'll keep the demo. So demo will be used to import the demo data to the system. So let me write it, demo. I'll keep it that also empty. So demo, and let me copy demo installable tool. Let me copy this installable, then what, license. So these are the things that we will be discussing. The license, default license. Suppose if you didn't specify any license inside the manifest file, the default license will be taken as LGPL. So you can see right now here license is coming as LGPL version 3 because we haven't defined it here. Suppose if you need to have another license, you can put AGPL 3. like that OPL3 is there. Right now you don't need to get anything worried about licensing. You can put it as LGPL for now. LGPL. Then auto install, I'll keep it as false, and installable equal to true. Suppose if your app has to be installed from here, you have to put installable equal to true. So if you haven't specified this, the default value will be installable true. So let's try putting installable false. So I'll restart the service after adding these things, and I'll go to the Odoo UI and I'll click on update app list, update. And if I refresh, you can see the summary is coming as hospital. There is a spelling mistake. Hospital S is missing. Let me correct that. Hospital management system. I'll restart the service. So make sure that whenever you make changes inside the Python files, that is the files ending in .py Python files, you have to restart the Odoo service to get its changes. So if I come here, I'll click on update app list, and if I refresh, you can see summary hospital management system. So this is the description section, and website is still empty. Latest version 15.0100, license LGPL, technical data, everything is empty. We don't have any depends, and still you are seeing installable install button. So let me refresh, and if I search hospital, I'm not sure why still we are able to see install button. We have put installable false, maybe installable false. I'm not sure. I'm expecting that it has to be invisible now to buy. Okay, I'm not sure why this is not working. It was working in the previous version. So for now we will skip the installable from the manifest file. So we have entered this much things, that is name, module name, version 1.00, category hospital, summary entered, description is entered, depends, we are not depending any other modules, data for importing XML file, demo for importing demo files, auto install is set to false, license is LGPL3. And when you come to the Odoo UI, you can able to see your module, and if you click on install, this module will get installed in the database. So if you come back to the apps, and if you search for hospital, you can see the module is installed, but it doesn't have any functionalities. We doesn't create or add any functionalities. It will just get installed, but it doesn't have any role in the system. So we have successfully installed the first module in Odoo version 15. So you will have a doubt. So once you go back to the sales, and if you come to the apps, and if you search for hospital, you will not find it here. You have to remove apps, and then you have to search. So if you need to list your apps over here, that is, you have to get your hospital module here, that is here. What I'm saying is that if you search, by default we can see we have an apps filter. So once you have apps filter, and if you search for your module, you will not see that. If your application itself is an application, like what I can say, it's a domain, like a real estate or a sales management, like, or a purchase management or accounting management, we can say this is a main domain. Then in the manifest you can put application true, application as true. That is, you are saying this is a application by itself, like it's a main domain, it's a main domain of a hospital management. Then you can put application true. Then if I restart, and if you come back here, and if I click on update app list, and if you search for hospital now, you can see your module is getting listed here. Earlier when we go back to the sales, and if I come back to the apps, and if I search for hospital, earlier it was not displaying. Now if I click on enter, you can see it's getting displayed, module info. And also you might wonder why the sales module is coming first, and where is our hospital module. it is not even seeing in the top list. So if you need to come your module at the first as the sales module, you have to put a lower sequence for your module. So you can add one more key sequence and put a negative value like 100. It is the order is like this: lower the sequence, the module will get listed first. So I have set the sequence as -100. Restart the service, and if you click on update app list and if you refresh, you can see hospital management is coming at the first as a first module. So this is how you can add a module into Odoo version 15. So that's it for this video. In the further videos, we will be discussing about how to create models, how to create views, how to create menu, etc. So hope this is understandable for you. If you have any doubts, feedbacks or suggestions, don't hesitate to reach us over the email, that is odoomates@gmail.com. So that's it. Have a nice day. Thank you.